Welcome, I'm Darren, and I'll be your guide today as I rank the 1994 basketball rookie card designs, which is basically kind of a best of list with one that is definitely not a best of. Because there are really only 6 designs that I looked at and said, those look like distinct rookie cards, special rookie cards. And 5 of them, like I said, are really good. And then there's the 6th. So it really does work as a self-contained list of rookie cards all on its own. But it really does work down more into a best of. So the one design that is clearly not a best of is Stadium Club. And I mean, it's 1994 Stadium Club, especially with basketball, which is, well, mainly with basketball, which just, I mean, they didn't hit anywhere. The veteran cards, the subset cards, these are technically like a subset card. I think I like these better than the regular design, the regular veteran card designs for this set. But that's only because the logo is kind of interesting. It has the lottery balls that are kind of floating in the, floating down there. That's about all that really comes across with it. It's so lacking. I really don't know what they were thinking with the basketball set because, I mean, the football set's not bad. The baseball set's not bad. Why they had this train wreck of a basketball set, I really don't know. At any rate, these rookie cards just don't really succeed. That being said, about the only thing that did work for 1994 was the first day production logo for that parallel. I like that. It's just not a great card that the logo's on. So, this is easily the cellar dweller of this list. When I move on to number 5, now you get to see the low point of this whole list, which shows just how good these cards are. Because SP, this is the beginning of the list. This is number 5, and this is a card that I like the card, but I'm not engaged with the card. Every time I look at it, the brushed foil for the gold foil background is just, it looks great. The blotchy, out of focus effect comes across really great. And then you got these isolated shots of the player that, well, that's where the card gets held back, because the problem that this card has is the players, in part because of how they're selected, but also in part because of how dominant that gold foil, the gold of the foil in the background is, the players aren't really distinct. They're not great shots of the player. This is a card where every time I come across the card, I go, that's a nice card. And then I'm just bored. It's too much. Even the text down at the bottom that says Premier Prospects, it is a well-designed feature on the card that's not at all engaging. It looks nice, it's just not interesting. And that's the problem with the SP rookie cards for basketball in 1994. These cards just are lackluster. So while I love what they were trying to do, they really needed to spend some time to work to figure this out. And I don't know why, because in baseball they did a great job. Over in football they did a good job, but they didn't do a great job. And here it was like they just phoned it in. Sadly, I wish it was better. But that's number 5. So at number 4, we go with a card that definitely is going to grab your attention and hold it in embossed. This is a card that is so powerful. And that's a great strength to the card. I mean, that whole silver foil background with the brushed metal with, I don't know if it's looking down or up a skyscraper or the endless hallway, whatever it is really cool. Especially the way that the effect works on it. And this was used also for the Houston Rockets, who had just run the championship, which I didn't think it was as successful for those cards. Then the veteran player cards have no gold foil or have no silver foil on it. They just have a little bit of gold foil. Everything else is just rich colors. Those cards, I think, are a lot more distinct. Because for the silver foil rookie cards here, the effect is so strong and so powerful and so awesome that you might not even notice that you can't even see the player. When there's no light reflecting off, the player is clear. Once there is light reflecting off, it's all about the card and it's not about the player. So that's why I have it at number 4. Although I do have to acknowledge I really like the fact that you can actually see the background within that whole effect. But the reason I have it at number 4, not higher, is because it's not the parallel, because the gold parallel is so amazing. I may not have even realized whether I can see the picture any better or not, because the card itself is so spectacular. That's all I care about. That's all I really want to focus on. It looks fantastic. So if it was the gold foil version, I'd have it higher up the list, but I'm not talking about parallels here. So it's the silver foil, so that's here at number 4. Now in number 3, I have Upper Deck, and this is the one that really tears at me, because this could easily be at number 2, and it can easily be at number 4. In fact, it's better to say it should be at number 2 or at number 4, because like the Grant Hill card here, this is a card that I've got it ranked a little bit too high. That background is both the best thing and the worst thing about this card. It's the worst thing because, well, dude, I mean, come on, look at it. It's the best thing because it does an amazing job of isolating the player. And it isolates the player in balance. So unlike Embossed, where the player gets lost, in this case, he very much is visible. And in SP, where you could still see the player, but he wasn't as strong, here there's more of a focus on him, and so he does carry through as the theme of the card. But the background is very busy, it is boring, and it's not aesthetically pleasing. That said, when you look at players like Jason Kidd and Eddie Jones, now we're talking about a card that is successful across the board. The way these cards look is amazing, and these would easily be at number 2, because the images, when it's just the image, does a good job of working with the border theme on the side. In fact, Upper Deck had a difficult time with the basketball cards in 1994 because the backgrounds were too busy and overpowered the design on the side, whereas with the rookie cards, when they did isolate the players without the funky background, here, this is where the balance works really well and the cards look great. But unfortunately, too many of these cards have that weird out of focus cityscape kind of look that just is way too much. So should it be number 2, number 4? I'm just putting it here at number 3 and saying, I don't know, it's close enough. So at number 2, I have Skybox, and here's where they did exactly what SP did, but they did it right. They have a team color theme for covering the whole background that's kind of out of focus, but you can see the background. So the player is very distinct, but he also fits in with the card. It's well balanced. And then the nature of this card is all about the player, and so not only is he balanced on it, but he's distinct, he's strong, he's clear. When you look at the card, you see him. That's the point. You know it's about him. But what really sells this card, what puts it over the top from everything else, is the box down there, the gold foil box with the player's name. This box is strong, powerful, and it says, hey, 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 stop looking at Patrick Ewing, David Robinson. You saw them last year. This is the player. These are the guys you want to pay attention to. It does such a great job of highlighting, hey, we're the rookie card. This is the cool card. This is what you want to look at. It does it in a well-balanced way. It works well with the card, doesn't overpower, works well as an accent to the player. But when you look at the card, you see the player, you see his last name there. The last name stands out, works in a great balance. But it's still kind of gimmicky, and that's what all 4 of these have been. They've been kind of gimmicky, except for the Upper Deck ones where they got the images right. But if you want to see a card that's just straight across the table, done perfectly, you look at Hoops. And this Hoops card is incredible. They did absolutely everything right. And I mean, they did a good job with the main set cards as well, the veteran cards. So it was a rousing success in almost every aspect of the 1994 set. The thing about these rookie cards, what makes these cards work so well, is that they have a number of things that are going on, but they're all perfectly positioned in a perfect balance, a perfect harmony. They've got strength of color, they've got isolation, they've got themed areas, because you got the team color fade behind the gold foil rookie text. Great start. That gold foil rookie text grabs you and says, this is an awesome rookie card, and you're already in the mood. that team color fade behind creates a whole design theme right down the side that gets you in the mood for the team. And then the team logo is really well balanced as the right side so that you're really in the mood for the team. But then you have clearly isolated off of that the picture of the player. And even more so than Skybox, when you look at the card, you see him. You absolutely see him. In truth, you see the text on the side with the color theme, and then you see him, so it's almost like leading into his presence in the card. But they have him with a ghosted background so that he's really strong, but they also enrich the colors. So all the colors are strong and vibrant and really exciting and energetic. I love the way that it looks. So as you look across the entire set, all of these rookies do the same thing. But the dominance of the team color is the key to these cards that makes them work so well. It's not overpowering, it's just right. It's intermixed with the gold foil text, which mutes it, which gets it in perfect harmony. But that color field is the key to the card, and that's what I love so much about this card. So to me, this is hands down the best rookie card for basketball in 1994. And we're going to see how I measure it up to the others. Now, the next video I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking at the worst of designs across all 4 of the sports. And as you can tell, there's only one representative for basketball that's going to be on that list. But the week following, I'm going to be doing a best of, and we're going to have more of a presence of basketball on that list. So definitely check those out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And if you're curious about, if you haven't seen other rankings that I've done, I've already done everything leading up to this, so definitely go check those out. And yeah, thank you very much for watching.